Ludo may be a blowhard, but that doesn't mean she's wrong. We should not let the risk of what the scepter could do eclipse what we know the Titans are doing. The scepter is dangerous, though. We know that. Another day, another crisis. Let's hope caution does not prevent the proper response.
I hear everyone's concerns, but between us, I don't know. We've endured so much pain already. Can you blame anyone for wanting to end things quickly?
Kinda speaking from experience here, but leaning on ancient magic isn't worth the cost.
Can you tell me more about the scepter? What do you want to know? Why is it so dangerous to use?
The seers are frustrating collaborators, not overly fond of sharing. You saw how specific and arcane the Shining Blade was. Legavo is similarly complex. It tests the will of its user, judges their intent. If the user is found wanting, well, those names have long been lost to time and memory.
How were you able to wield it?
Isn't it obvious? It saw my intent to bring the White Mantle and their Mursat overlords to ruin for their abuse of the Bloodstones. The sacrifices, King Jaden's death. Ignore me. Musings from long ago. It offered me vengeance. I sent many enemies of Kryta to their oblivion. Probably liked the blood. It was fortunate that Isgarin and I crossed paths when we did, though. Even I have limits. As for you, well, you don't lack for will. Even death couldn't stop you. I wouldn't bet against you.
One sec. Twitch chat, you guys are doing that thing again. One person started saying exclamation drop, and then a ton of other people started doing it. That doesn't do anything. Why do you think the scepter would be helpful here?
Before those unfortunate bandits, and then myself, its prior wielder was, let's just say, a little problematic. Vizier Kilbron. He was responsible for sinking ore. I'm sure you've heard that particular story many times. While the scepter wasn't responsible for the cataclysm, it was a very dense situation. Whenever a god is involved, and especially a fiendish one at that, certain cultural anxieties come to light. I don't suggest it lightly, but it was cast to control creatures from the mists. Kilbron used it to control the Titans. There is risk, certainly. We don't know how well it works, or if it does anymore. But we should try.
Commander, you have seen the consequences of rash actions. Using the scepter is a mistake. Anything the White Mantle has touched should never be trusted. Wait, what? This is a reference to the book. Wait, hold on. Using anything the White Mantle has touched should never be trusted. And then he says, like what you did when the Branded were at the gates of Ebonhawk. So, when the Branded were at the gates of Ebonhawk, that's when she called Logan back. And Logan was like, I'm on my way. And then he left the rest of Destiny's Edge. And then Snaf died, and that's why Ritlock hated Logan, because he left him in a time of need. But then Logan helped defend Ebonhawk for a long time. Got the Char prisoners to fight with the human people on the wall to fight against the Branded. Until Jenna got the idea to basically cast a giant mesmer illusion to make the Branded think that they had killed everyone. And then the Branded all left. They didn't, like, win the fight through force, they just tricked them. So, I'm curious what she's going to say here. What you did when Branded were at the gates. The Titans have not yet pushed onto the mainland. We have time. Let's hope we don't regret this.
I wish they could understand that what seems like an easy solution is often muddied with complication. But the final call is not mine. It can't be if we seek genuine unity. But whatever is chosen, we will live with it.
Okay. Chat, this is probably going to go a few minutes past 8. I am going to finish this chapter, and then we will do the next one. The next giveaway, I mean. I'm starting to regret my decision to open up the ward to the world. Our hands are tied, and half of these delegates are voting on things they know nothing about. They know the scepter has a bloody history. They don't want that repeated. We have things far worse than the scepter locked away. If they are afraid of it, I doubt they're ready to learn the real truth of the world.
I don't disagree with caution. The risk is critical in dire moments. But I will abide by their decision. Historically, if the ward needed to take action, we simply took it. I must wait now. I don't want to regret this.
I never thought I'd say it, but dealing with June is easier than dealing with this. Canthons are not afraid of taking risk, but Jenna is right. Risk without thoughts leads to tragedy. You took a risk on me against your own advisor. Cantha has had enough tragedy, Commander. I know what I have to do.
Thankfully, Cantha had not yet closed its borders before the events Dagonet described. I've read of the Titans, and I've read of all that connected them. Abaddon, Shiro. It feels too complicated to make a sudden choice. I'd advise caution, but I see it in your eyes already.
Okay. Ludo. Fools surrounded by fools. Magic, like anything, is a tool. We would not misuse the scepter. Counselor, please. All of us have faced disaster. Let's not sow division now. Fools! I'll give you time and space to cool off.
You know my take. If we have a solution, we should use it. If the Astral Ward is so powerful, they owe us a demonstration.
Alright, Krisha. If Ritlock was here, he wouldn't hesitate to use the scepter. He'd dive. Ritlock started Path of Fire. Poor example. Now you're convincing me to join the opposite of whatever you were about to say. Literally, the entire Path of Fire expansion was Ritlock went oops. He'd dive in without a thought like before and suffer the consequences after. Okay, so do whatever Ritlock wouldn't do? I've made my decision, Commander. Hope it's the right
Lot to
one.
consider, but I think I know my stance. We'll see how this resolves.
Oh my god. What is this? Chief Counselor Iman. Dragons, rogue gods, plagues, a lich. Why not the Return of the Titans? Your people are survivors, and now we need to help the Coden survive. Perhaps, but none of those problems had easy solutions either. If
When
only they
Queen
had.
Jenna invited me to the Alliance, I didn't think things would spice up so quickly. Ilona has a long history with events such as this. I know my response. Think on yours.
Alright. What must our new Coden ally think of us, watching us bicker like saplings? They are an old race deriving wisdom from thousands of years of history. We should stand together, not brawl. That wisdom will lead them to be cautious. We shouldn't risk anything. I will stand by my decision, Commander. Think on yours. For the Coden's sake, I hope it's the right one.
I don't know, Commander. I'm prone to agree with the Queen's hesitation. We know so little.
Okay. Now, oh, they're taking their places again. Okay.
The last delegate has returned to their podium. It is
No, they
time.
haven't.
All in favor of utilizing the Scepter of Ore to combat the Titan threat, say yay. And those who oppose, preferring the commander return to Janthir to conduct further research, nay.
We're all so shy. I'll start. Nay.
Nay.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Nay.
Nay.
Krisha.
Yay. Nay.
So, dude, I think using the scepter's stupid. 99% of the time that it's been used, it's friggin' just like killed everyone. Like, hello, look at ore on the map. So I'm saying nay. I think that's a dumb idea. Like, also, this thing's not at our gates. Like, we can use that as a last resort. We're not pressed to that point yet. It's not the time for rash decisions. I say nay.
Nay.
And we will not be using the scepter. More research is critical before we make such a call.
And when we do need the scepter, are we voting again?
We very well might, Counselor. For now, we are investigating the threat. If more action is needed, we will approach that. Imperator Malice, Kaith, and the Commander will return to Janthir with Stoic Alder immediately. Learn all you're able.
Stoic Alder, do your people have a secure route into the Isles? If Isgarin is correct...
And I am.
Then we should expect the worst. At least one Titan has returned to Tyria.
I've sent scouts to map the ruins before. We can approach from the south, take the river inland, and establish camps. These things threaten my home, my son. My spear will aid this alliance.
Adjourned.
Okay. Meet with Alder, optional, discuss voting with the delegates. Isgarin.
Isgarin, must I remind you that we are trying to prove a point in our participation here?
If we weren't in this alliance, the Titans would be taken care of.
That the Astral Ward does not make quick decisions. We think things through. And you don't know that. We have so few members now. The Spire may be irreparable. And you are tired, my friend. We all need each other. Tyria isn't safe from the mists anymore.
Okay.
I wouldn't have advised that call, my queen. I think there's a better option. A smarter option.
It's good you're not her advisor, then.
This is why I don't keep both of you on my shoulder at the same time. Agree to disagree, Lady Livia. You are welcome to express your opinion, but I do not share it.
This is why I always have one of you out on a mission.
Well, I can't argue with the majority. Their suspicions must be warranted. I just don't want more destruction.
Neither do I, brother.
Brother. Got Hulk Hogan here. How long till giveaways? When I finish this chapter. Ludo.
Foolish. What a silly decision. One more bad report for the Arcane Council. I'll be fine. Just fuming. Move along.
Any strong feelings about the vote, you two?
I'm happy with the result. When we're dealing with gods, or creatures that pretend to be gods, caution must be observed. Maybe they want us to make the obvious choice. There's no way to know until we do our research.
It's certainly not my place. I'm just the royal messenger to the Dominion's great house, after all.
Just the royal messenger. She is very modest.
But I can see both sides. I see the want to dissolve the problem swiftly, and I also see the need to be patient.
Politics can be very delicate indeed. And knowing the song behind your opposition's march is critical in informing your own.
Sure don't envy you two. I just hope this gets cleaned up before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay. Krisha.
Imperator, I would watch your tone. Anyone but me might disapprove.
My tone? My tone is fine. It's your logic that isn't. This is a Titan we're dealing with. What they did to our people...
Awful. And the things they made us do were worse. But that doesn't mean we should turn to some cursed wand. I hear your opinion. I agree. But you're Ash. Collecting data and understanding every corner is how you rose to Imperator. So, are you level-headed enough to return to the field?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Dat Ash.
What was it like?
Horrifying. We've faced many threats, big ones, but this time felt different. I don't want to catastrophize and call it an omen, but this creature escaping or entering from the mists is a scary concept.
You're not catastrophizing. Things that used to be rare
I like his voice, by the
suddenly
way.
feel like a routine season.
It's very fitting.
Ah, well, could have been worse.
I don't envy your status, Wayfinder. My mate was the Globetrotter.
Yo, she played basketball?
I prefer the personal politics of the village council. The Isles should make us nervous. The lowlands are familiar, but we never stay long. If you haven't heard my warnings yet...
Starting to get a good idea.
Remain honest, and we'll wash our paws of this. We meet in Janthir.
Leave the council chamber. Travel to Harvest Den. Okay, I think we finished with that. Nugami said, thank you, Optimus Prime. All right. Oh, it's nighttime out here. Travel to Harvest Den. Okay, awesome. We have finished that story step. I'm going to pause it here, and we will be back to the story after a break.